All right, what's up and what's going on, everybody? Good morning. And this one right here is about home warranty. If you are a homeowner and you're deciding that, you know, that you may need a home warranty plan because it can save money if you get the right um, business to be your person, your liaison when something happens to your home and you want to save money, then there are warranty companies out there that you can use. And a lot of people could be on the fence about doing it. Me, myself, I started when I first got my home in 2007 and I had it for a year, I think, or so. Like it came with it. And basically I didn't pay anything. At least I don't think I did when I first started it. And that was with a company I was using, and it wasn't bad. But then as the years progressed, so basically this is 2026, we're talking about probably 2024, maybe 5 when I got on board with this company, and that is Choice Home Warranty. Choice Home Warranty, in my mind, in my eyes, is a ripoff company. They put it on a table as a good something to eat, but once it's time to dig in, you find out that all the ingredients that they're using is bad for your health, meaning the company does not stand on business. I've recently changed my account out where I took them off my auto pay, right? So I canceled the card because I wanted to cancel them. And the reason was I had to get 2 situations that came up. One was a refrigerator. And they came and they worked on it like 3 times with this company that was under LG. And basically, this guy came from another part of the city, came to fix it, ordered parts, and I was without a refrigerator for months, right? So me and the wife, we had got coolers. I got some smaller refrigerators to take up most of the space to keep things cool, refrigerators, so that way we wouldn't lose anything. I had my freezers, so we were good to go. But he came and worked on my refrigerator. I want to say it had to be like 3 times. And the reason why he came 3 times is because he replaced parts, and then weeks later to a month, it went down again, and so on, right? Same guy. They kept sending the same guy to repair it and everything like that. And I was under the understanding that being it was an LG, right? They were using LG parts, supposed to be brand new. And that's what he did. He changed out parts for a brand new replacement. We're talking about the compressor, the coils, some other things that went, the board itself. And so I'm thinking they're replacing me old parts with new parts. But let's even go, this isn't really about the refrigerator. This is mainly about the company and their decision, right? So instead of them nipping it in the bud and just say, okay, we're going to get you a new refrigerator and get it over with, they were trying to still send this guy to take care of that. And when it went down the final time, I said, that's it, I'm done. And so I went on ahead and I just got a new refrigerator myself. I didn't really pay that much. Like I said, for the service, you pay whatever you pay per month, and then you pay like a $85 or something like that, I believe it was, that I paid them. And as far as him coming back, I didn't have to worry about paying because it was the same part. It was the same piece of equipment. So basically, he would just have to come back. But I was on their mercy of him coming and showing up and getting the job done finally. And I remember I just said, forget it. I went on ahead and bought me another refrigerator and just nipped it in the bud. That's why I say keep credit cards for rainy days and things like that. So regardless, if I didn't have the home warranty, that was going to be the case anyway. But the company, usually when I use warranty companies in the past, I had a company in the past that was great, right? Like they always stood on business. The only thing, they didn't have enough features that made me feel comfortable that if something happened, right, outside of the home, then, they're not going to take care of that, depending on what it was. So that's the reason why I wind up jumping on the bandwagon with Choice Home Warranty, because it had riders. So I needed something that if something happened outside, I added that rider to it. And it wasn't that much more expensive. So I did that. The only thing now, we had that situation, and then I had a water heater problem. The house was built in 2002, so things like that can come up, right? I've changed out my AC. I've, like I said, refrigerator, water heater, things like that when they come up. So the water heater problem, I could have changed this out myself. And I remember it's not hard once you realize and see everything happening, right? And since I had the home warranty still, I called them, told them what was going on with the water heater. It wasn't giving out hot water; it was cold, and I was going to change out the elements inside, the heating elements. And I could get off one, but I could not get off the other one. The water heater had gotten old, and what it did was it got metal to metal. So basically, I couldn't break it. So they set it up to replace the water heater, right? And this guy showed up, and I wound up paying $500 out of pocket. Water heater itself was probably about $500 itself. But what they did was they made it seem like that I was going to be paying an extra because it was a different water heater setup, and they were going to have to do cutouts, right? So I was under the impression that they were going to have to do cutouts, and he was going to have to change configuration, which he did. There's a drain that's supposed to go into my pan, and that doesn't even go directly. He had the tape. This is how crazy this is, right? And because they did not match the water heater that came out of this house, they went and got another one, and everything was reversed. So the drain line, which should be in the back and going straight, so it goes outside. What they did was he took a pipe, brought it down, and I've seen videos where people have had to do that, so I understand what's going on with that. But long story short, I still was out of $500 after paying all these months. So he didn't really have to do anything. He didn't do any cutouts. He basically just attached and took the water heater and did exactly what I could have done, right? The only thing he changed that was different was the water drain line, as far as it not being attached to the outside like it should have been. My original one goes to the outside line, and that will run straight out the house. This one now, if anything was to happen, God forbid, it's going to have to go into the pan, fill up, right, and then go out. And because I still got my my other hose that's set up for it, but the main line is going to have to drain down, hit the pan. He had to use tape, duct tape, in order to do it. So when I'm talking about how you hood rig something, that's basically what he did. It's hood rigged. And that didn't sit well with me, but what are you going to do? Nothing I can do. So went with it, and I just told myself, okay, we're going to cancel this home warranty session because they don't stand on business to me. And they make it sound good, but Choice Home Warranty, I don't know what anybody else is dealing with, but I'm going to tell you, for my own personal setup and dealing with warranty companies before, this is the worst decision that I could have made. And the reason why it's even worse than what it is now is because trying to deactivate them, right? Other warranty company, I'm ready to stop. All you do is call them. Somebody goes on, somebody answers the phone, you tell them, hey, I want to cancel out my warranty. And they'll go ahead and do it. It's done. No more bills. They, right now, I'm not going to show you because my personal information is up here. But it says, because of what I've done, it says update billing information. I cannot email them, right, until I go into put up a new card for them to retrieve money from me from a warranty that I don't want, right? They are accumulating a bill of outstanding payments where it says your account is 4 payments past due, $271.53 outstanding. A home warranty. They're trying to tell me that I have an outstanding balance for service that I'm not even using. But they're trying to charge like I am under some kind of contract, which I probably am. But at the same time, I've done my homework and I've done what I'm supposed to do. I've called them. They have people in place that you just don't talk to a customer service rep, have them take notes, and just have it done. You have to go through some procedure where you're talking to them. They're supposed to have you set up with a person that's directly involved with canceling your contract. It's all a scam. It's all a scam because I talked to that person and I told them I wanted to cancel it, right? And it was supposed to be taken care of and they never did it. So basically, I'm trying to email them and I've done that as well. I've emailed them. So there's no trail of it, but it was done at the time because my account was still active. And I sent them an email and I told them that I wanted to cancel it and that was it. They never got back with me. So when the bill was due, I said, screw this. I just went to my bank, canceled it out, told them I didn't want to pay them anymore. I had to get another card, take it and change my account so that way they don't pull any more money out. And now they make it difficult in order to contact them. And I'm going to wait till they open up, right, to have them on the phone and do it that way, because right now, until I update my billing information, which is stupid, because as soon as I update that billing information, they're going to try to hit my bank and then retrieve that $271.53 for what I'm not even doing with them anymore, right? So in a nutshell, long story short, I think you have enough common sense to understand where I'm going with this. If you do not want the runaround, if you want to make sure that if you have a problem, that a warranty company is going to back you up. Because I'm not saying warranty companies are bad. I'm saying this one is, because they do not make it possible for you to really enjoy their service, right? There's always something that is, if it's something simple, then it's fixed, right? But let's say something simple with your dishwasher, or you have to change out a food disposal unit, right? That's simple. You take this food disposal unit, you can do it yourself, but let's just say if you're too old to do it and you're saying, hey, I'm not capable of getting it done myself, I can't get down, my back, stuff all like that, then that's what the home warranty is good for. If you got an electrical issue or something like that, maybe it's good for that reason. But when it comes to major things like a refrigerator, and they're changing out the parts, and then they don't even own up to it and just say, we're going to get you a new refrigerator. That wasn't what they were trying to do. And I'll tell you what happened. When I had got another refrigerator, right, they came and fixed this one after the fact. We needed our refrigerator, so I went and bought it. And we still needed our refrigerator. So what I did was I took the new one, I put it in, and then the old one, I had it in the kitchen, right? I left it in the kitchen. And slid it out, and he came and he changed out all brand new parts. So I took that one because it was running, and I said, okay, it's fixed. It's still in great shape. It's like state-of-the-art refrigerator. It's good. I got it like in 2017 or 18 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And so it looked like everything was back up and running. Only problem was I had got a new one. So I said, okay, now we got two refrigerators. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to slide it out to the garage. We slid it out to the garage. And just like the regular routine, it ran for a minute. After he changed out whatever he changed out, just like he did in the beginning. Third time, same deal. Put it out there in the garage. Same thing happened. I came home one day and my freezer, anything that I had in the freezer was thawing out. And it was down. It wasn't running anymore. So I called them and I said, look, y'all came and fixed the refrigerator and it's down again. So they asked me where it was located at, which is weird, right? And so I told them where it was at. And they said, because I moved it into the garage, then it was not going to be some kind of weird way they said it, that it had to be in the kitchen to make sense for them to come and fix it again. And they wasn't going to honor it. So that is when I said, we're done. I'm not playing games with y'all anymore. That's just it. Because y'all killing me. I'm paying y'all monthly for something that's not happening. And then when it does happen, I'm paying you a high amount to get it replaced for what it takes a year for the payments to add up to. So how does that make sense, right? So canceled it. In my mind, it's canceled. In their mind, they're still trying to charge, and they're adding up. I see an outstanding balance right now, 271.53. They're trying to say, even though I'm not even using the service, I'm accumulating charges, right? So I'm ready to fight, and it's not my first rodeo when it comes to companies. They're bullies. They try to strong arm homeowners, people that use their service, and it's all about the money. It's money grab. That's all it is. That's a lot of money when you look at how many people are actually using the service, right? It's not just me. There's a lot of people that's adding into this service, and it's almost like just money coming in pouring by the month. It takes a while for things in your home to really break down. The warranty is good because if it's low enough and you don't mind paying it, that's how they get you. You say, oh, okay, I pay that. I pay more for my phone and stuff like that. So, okay, I pay them a little $49.50. And then when something happens, I just add a little whatever I got to pay, which is a ripoff too, because at first they didn't used to do that. They didn't used to do that. You call them, you get it done. And you could, if you didn't want to pay them right there on the spot, you didn't have to do it. They would add it later because you want to make sure it was done first. Why am I going to pay you for a company to come out and pay you now? Because that company gets that, right? That company gets that money. If that company is not qualified to really do the service, and I've ran into companies like that, I used to always tell them, no, I'm not paying until it's done. And they used to honor that. But now they're not. And I think what's happening is, in my opinion, I think when it's done, you may have shiesty people that canceled it all of a sudden, but the work is done. And they may have only used it for, they're going to tell you everything, but common sense will tell you. Some people probably get home warranty. They got something going on and they know it needs to be fixed. And then once it's fixed, they use the home warranty to save money, pay that little bit of money, whatever they got to pay, or say they're going to pay it later. And then when it's all said and done, they cancel. And the company's left hooked or whatever. I don't care about that. That's not how I roll. If something has to be fixed in my home, I want it done. Right? But I'm not trying to get it done and then cancel my subscription. I'm canceling it because you're not living up to the honor of what you're supposed to take care of. So basically, in a nutshell, if you are talking about using home warranty and somebody brings up Choice Home Warranty, do not go, because when you're ready to cancel, and you can cancel whatever you want, it's your right, just like you chose them. Nobody forced you to do it. So when you're ready to cancel, you shouldn't have to play this game where nobody is trying to give you that respect and say, okay, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, we're going to go ahead and cancel it, and we hope to see you again. If you decide to come back, please give us a call, right? Because people can cancel things because they have a problem. Money is getting tight. Gas is getting high, right? We got what's going on overseas, and prices are jacked up. My whole thing is, this isn't bad enough that it will cause me a problem. I love home warranties, but at the same time, I'm not going to get a company that doesn't get me. You're not trying to be professional, and I can tell because you're making it difficult for me to get a hold of anybody just to cancel out. And if you talk to a customer service rep, they can't do anything but put it for them to call you, and they're not going to do it. They don't call you to cancel. They need money. This is a money grab. It's basically what it is. And if people canceling, then they can't make money. So they just block it and try to make it where you can't do it. So anyway, until I activate, they won't even let me email them, right? I try to email them. I can't email them because they need my account activated before I do it. So that way they can get the money that they think they owe, that I owe them. So anyway, in a nutshell, Choice Home Warranty, do not fall for their scam, because that's basically what it is. They roll the dice, they're gambling, and when something happens, they have some company that, in my opinion, is probably not the best selection that you would choose to come to your house. I've seen people that came to work on something I needed from them, and trust me, it made me, look at them sideways. And I can tell stories, but this is mainly just about what happens when you're ready to cancel Choice Home Warranty. It's really difficult. With that said, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Peace.